Okay, everybody, that was crazy. Sir James and I are sitting here just tripping, like we were just, getting on a roll on this video that probably is one of the most important topics I've ever talked about. The one thing that's holding Black America back, the one thing, and I'm rolling on this topic pretty heavy. And the weather in Atlanta it's warm, but it's not any warmer than it is any other time, right, Sir James?
No, not doing this time, no.
And the phone shut down. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, people. That's not the way I roll. It's John O'Brien of Operation Hope. But if you didn't watch the broadcast I just did, go back and check out the broadcast I just did, talking about this topic. Jennifer Mango says, on fire. Stephen, I'm listening. Truth be told, Cameron, you're preaching. So I'm going to finish this topic because I think it's really important. But tell your friends, go and share that last video, please. Share it with everybody you know. Put it on your pages, please. Somehow my phone, which it overheated. Like it said, the phone is overheated and just shut down. And I don't remember that happening ever.
That's right.
That's unbelievable. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but maybe the devil, it's not Apple, but maybe the devil just thought, this brother talking about setting people free. We got to shut this down. This is too much raw knowledge. So go back and watch that last video. Scott says phone shut down when you're spreading positivity, right? When people are spreading all this junk, they'll go on forever. All this negative energy and people calling each other B's and H's and all kind of stuff, and folks walking around with their pants down to their knees. So Derek Hillman says, on fire. There's no problem at all. You start talking about positive stuff. Derek Smith said, smart said they meant to leave you alone. Lava, good stuff. Devil is a liar. That's right, Ivy. But I never give up. See, I'm coming back at you, straight and no chaser. Straight and no chaser, because I never give up. Yeah, Lava said it's scary. This is crazy. Carol Rivers says that's because you are on fire today. I guess I was on fire because the dang old phone just like shut down. Sir James and I looking at it going, what the heck? The phone just like shut down. Too hot. No warning.
That's right.
Done. Would not let me finish the broadcast. But see, that's what I'm saying. The devil is a liar. The devil is also lazy. See, I'm not lazy. We coming over to round to do it. We gonna get to it. Ain't that right, Sir James?
Oh, right on.
So let's finish this deal here. So the point that I'm making here is that there's nothing wrong with you. The point that I'm making here, if you just do the math, is that black folks have excelled and added to the American whole in every experience that we have entered into. Everyone. Arts, culture, music, social justice, civil rights. Help me out here, Sir James. The humanities. What is it? Athletics.
Humanity.
Healthcare. Wellness, spirituality. Certainly spirituality. I'm just thinking about all the areas that African Americans have excelled. But we don't understand business. We don't understand money, and it's because we never got the lesson. No one taught us. It wasn't taught K through 12. It wasn't taught in most of your schools. No one gave you a lesson in financial literacy. No one gave your child a lesson in financial literacy. No one gave you, as an adult starting a family, a lesson in financial literacy. No one taught you a course in business or free enterprise or capitalism. And so when we are not seeing ourselves in those spaces, we think that it must be rigged. It must be a setup. Jennifer says entertainment business. That's right. Entertainment business, we've excelled, right? But entertainment business, we don't even understand that's a business, which is why a lot of entertainers end up broke. A lot of these folks with these multi-million-dollar contracts don't understand it's not about the music entertainment side, it's the music publishing side.
That's right.
Do you understand? Do you own your masters of your tapes? That's a master.
That's right.
That's crazy. Do you understand that it's the publishing rights? It is understanding that you got to understand, you got to own the content. So I write books, but you dang well better believe I own an ownership in the material itself. In fact, my first book I own in total. I own the whole thing. So I wrote the book, shared the publishing rights with my publisher, But once it was over, I made sure the fine print said the rights to that book revert back to me. Right. So now I can republish Banking on Our Future, my first book, myself. I don't need to ask anybody. I own that in my vault. Right. And I'll take less points on a book or anything else in order to own more ownership in that book and the content. Just because you're singing don't mean you own anything. Just because you're writing doesn't mean you own anything. People can hire you for a fee and tell you to bounce if you don't read the fine print. So a lot of folks in the entertainment business don't understand that entertainment is business. Don't understand that music is business. That sports is a business, which is exactly why you have somebody making $100 million on a contract and broke, working at Starbucks 5 years later. Do you know that 70% of all professional NFL players bankrupt 5 years after retirement? 84% of NBA players bankrupt 5 years after retirement. Do you know that the majority of professional athletes, black, divorced 5 to 8 years after retirement because their money runs out and it wasn't real love to begin with, and so they bounced because they weren't for him, they were for what? Because he didn't understand what was going on. He didn't understand he's being played and pimped, and that that was a marriage. It was a job disguised as a marriage. Do you know that most divorces are about money? Let me tell you something. You get most acrimonious divorces. So you get divorced. You don't like each other, husband and wife, whatever. You don't like it. You're both homeless. Okay, what do? You guys don't own anything. You go down to City Hall. That's right. You file for uncontested, right? That's right. Over in 30 days. That's it. The only reason there's a long, drawn-out, contested divorce with attorneys who cost $200, $300 an hour, with judges and courthouses that have to be paid their salaries, the judge is not there for free. The court clerk's not there for free. The court don't do divorces for free. There are fees involved. Why do they need all these hearings? Why do they need all this stuff? Why does it go on for years? Because it's the whole system built on money. Because the lawyers want to get paid. The lawyers, they're telling you, you need to go after him. They don't care about you. They never met you. They're trying to get a retainer, trying to get a contract because the longer that thing draws out, the more acrimonious it is, the nastier it is. The more papers get filed, the more money they get paid, and your pain is their gain. Did you get that? Hey. Did you get that? Long, drawn-out divorces are about money. What is one of the persons wants? They want alimony. Not an apology. not an I'm sorry. They don't want their human dignity upheld in some preamble written and framed, and that's what I want. No, give me a check. It's about half your assets. Mm-hmm. That's why it matters which state you get married in. You get married in California, you better stay married for a long time, because you get divorced, it's gonna be half. That's right. Done. They don't care. Half. You could do everything, and the other person could do nothing. It's still half. So even divorce is about money. It's about the kids. No. I'm not saying you don't love your kids, but I am saying it's about child support. Money. They're not saying love your kids and spend every second Saturday with your kids. They're saying you better pay that child support. Understand, money is everywhere. It's everywhere. But we didn't get the memo. We don't understand it, and thus we can't end poverty because we don't understand poverty. I want you to get the memo. I want you to understand this. I want you to go get yourself a course today. Sign up at Operation Hope. I'm not just promoting Operation Hope. Go to the Urban League. Go to Boys and Girls Club. Go to your local church. Find out what organization in your neighborhood is teaching a course in financial literacy, and then go get a business course. Get an entrepreneurship course. Even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, if you're running a household, you better be entrepreneurial. That's right. Come on now. You got too much money at the end of your money. You got a budget at your house. You better be entrepreneurial. You got bills. You got to figure which one to pay. You're juggling. You better be entrepreneurial. That's right. Sir James has saved me money. He's like, John, you got to get a warranty for your house. I got a warranty from Sears for the no, I'm not talking about the refrigerator. I'm talking about all of your utility, all of your appliances needs a warranty. Somebody's like, I don't want to pay that. No, you want to pay that so you don't end up paying for a replacement of all that. So I went for pennies on the dollar, went and got what Sir James suggested to me. Now when stuff goes out, I don't need to think about it. That's right. So we don't want to get insurance. That was like one of the first investment vehicles ever created was insurance. Look, we gotta stop this craziness, and we gotta understand there's a reason why we're failing, and we're not stupid. And we're not stupid. Just like when a person's in a coma, this is what Joan Jenkins says. If the insurance is good, family is persuaded to keep their loved on life support. If no insurance, family is strong, encouraged to take loved ones off life support. Oh, she talking now. Hold on a minute.
Oh, yeah.
She talking now. Let me see. If no insurance, family is strongly encouraged to take loved one off strike support and donate. I can't read the rest of her comments, but she gets it. In South Africa, every family member takes out insurance on the other family members because they're convinced somebody's going to get AIDS. I hate to be blunt like this, but this is the way it is in developing countries, because somebody's going to die in that family. When that person dies, everybody else in that family gets paid. Do you know why people have a lot of children in developing countries? It's an insurance policy. It's called retirement. That you have a lot of children so that some of those children will do reasonably well and take care of the parents when they get older. That is the reason why people have a lot of children in developing countries, so that the elders can live in some relative comfort, so that either one of those kids will do well or all those kids will contribute. Look, a lot of decisions we make are about money, but we don't understand those are the decisions that we're making, so we end up making a lot of bad decisions, and then we get emotional about the injustice that's surrounding us, and then we get off of our game, and we fail to understand that we never got the lesson in the first dang place that caused the problem, so we're rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. Did you hear that? Where the ship is sinking and we're picking drapes. Aren't you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Mr. Bryant, you are money cool again. You're making entrepreneurs cool again. Thank you, man. I'm trying to make smart sex. You know what my goal is? I want to be the first global public figure, I guess you call it celebrity, who's an entrepreneur. I don't want to be an entertainer. I don't want to be a sports guy. I love auto racing, but I'm not trying to be known as the world's first black auto racer, right? Lewis Hamilton done that. I hope that I'm good enough people do know my skills, but that's not how I make my living. I don't let people call me a public speaker. I don't let people call me a motivator, an inspirer. I don't let people call me the nonprofit guy. I don't know, even the philanthropic investor. Sir James, what am I? First and foremost.
Well, you're a man, first and foremost.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
But what's my occupation? What do I say I am?
Man, so many things running in my mind. You got to help me out here. My mind running blank.
That's okay. What do I do for a living?
You teach people about financial literacy. You teach people how to better their lives. You teach people, if you can't get a job, you teach people how to create a job.
Boom. I'm an entrepreneur. That's it. I want to be the first global. Sylvia says, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Keep it 100. Sherelle says, you are realistic. You're realist. Keep it 100. I'm trying. I'm just coming at you straight. JB says, teacher, thank you. I want to be the first global entrepreneur who's a public figure, who's a celebrity. I want kids to walk down the street, say, 5 years, mommy, Jermaine got it right, entrepreneur. That's John O'Brien. He's an entrepreneur. He's a philanthropic investor too. He invests back in his neighborhood, his communities, but that's an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur. When I was growing up, I never even heard the word. Go ask people in your family tonight. Sit down, ask your family, the young people in your neighborhood, you ever heard of an entrepreneur? What is it? Have them explain to you what it is. You know what a philanthropist is? What is it? These are words. We know rapper.
No.
We know hip hop. We know a gangster, but we don't know entrepreneur. Don Smith said business magnet. That's what I'm talking about. Making smart sexy. That's what I'm talking about. You can Sergio said you can pre-order the memo on Amazon Prime. That's exactly right. Look, I want to let you get back to work. I don't want to talk too much. This is part 2 of this video because my phone overheated. So I want you to go back and watch part 1 of this video. Share it with everybody. We're at 34 million views on this video series in 15 months. It's hot and popping. We're growing at 11,000 followers a week. I want to get the followers up to 500,000 before the end of summer. Is right now at about 350,000. Once you get to 500,000, you're at a tipping point of followers and likes, and then the videos views. I want to get up to 50 million views. That way, every time we publish something, it's got an immediate tipping point effect across our entire community and communities of all races and places. When you come into Germany, Kenneth Edom says, I'm coming to Germany soon. I'll just watch this page. I do comments on this page, updates personally, so just watch this page. This is the only place where I personally input everything, so just watch this page. Don't send me messages, because I don't track that, but send comments on this page, and I do respond to those personally. And then you get a hold of my offices and go to operationhope.org to get a hold of our services. But this movement is growing. Go to the video library for this series on this page. There's 200 plus videos. I want to have a video for everything touching your life. Whatever the situation is, video shorter than this long one, that's touching your life, that you have an answer, so that you don't have to get angry. You can get even. Over it, around it, through it, I want you to get to it. Don't get depressed or stressed. I want you to get even. Don't hit somebody with a brick. Hit somebody with an American Express black card and knock them the hell out.
There you go.
Over it, around it, through it. I want you to get to it. This is a civil rights movement, unbought, unbossed, and unbiased, coming to you straight and no chaser. From Atlanta, Georgia, it's John Hope Bryant. I'm out, and I love you. With Sir James.